Good morning, Vietnam, dude. If there's one dude that I miss, actor, I should say. There's lots of dudes that I miss, no homo. But yeah, I really miss Robin Williams. If there's anyone that I really think brought a smile to the world's face, if the world had a face, um, really brought like a unique light to every room that he came into, and yet had his own dark demons that he had to deal with that apparently ended up winning over in the end. And it's sad that for someone who brought so much joy and so much light into the world to have been taken over by the darkness like that is it's just sad. But yeah, it's okay. I guess it happens. We're all only here for a little while. We're only renting our time here, right?
Yeah, he was a good one.
I do love Robin Williams. Was like half of my childhood movies that I loved.
Dude, when I was we went to the Wax Museum in Los Angeles with the kids like 2 years ago or whatever that was. And like there's like Abraham Lincoln and like all these other celebrities and stuff and famous figures from time and this and that. And the only one that I saw that invoked an emotional response was Robin Williams. When I saw him, I was like, I don't know. I felt a certain kind of way. But anyway, I guess how you guys doing tonight? This is not 2A Taco Tuesday. We've been kind of skipping the gay frog chats lately. I've been busy, guys. I'm sorry, and I was almost busy tonight. I was gonna live stream doing some work on a motorcycle, but ended up doing a bunch of other things and helping my friend move and working on a car and doing this and that. And then I just got here, so don't have much of a show put together for you guys. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of stuff to talk about on Twitter. So it'll kind of be a free-for-all tonight, a little bit. If you guys have anything that you want to talk about from the panel or from the chat or from wherever, or whatever stories you might have or topics or subjects or whatever you might want to cover, we'll go into that tonight. But all that being said, Let on Steel, how are you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Pretty all right. Just drinking a little bit of coffee, waking up, doing that thing,
I just got back from Atlanta at the NASCAR race, so time to relax.
Oh, that's cool. NASCAR, huh? I was surprised. I've only been to NASCAR a couple of times about how loud it is, man. Those things are loud.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love any type of race, and I'll be going to the F1 race in May in Miami too.
Do you ever check out like MotoGP or Superbikes of America? I think is what it's called.
Oh yeah, if it's involving any type of racing, I'm watching it if I can. Any type of motorsports is what I'm into.
Nice, man. Yeah, I really like the motorsports myself. But I like motors. Motors are fun. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Glad you're here. Tactical Muffin
Thanks for
Top,
the
how do you
invite.
do? Oh, sorry, what's up?
I just said thank you for the invite.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. Tactical Muffin Top, how's it going, good sir?
It is going, recovering from being sickish. I think I got strep, so that sucks.
Streptococcus.
Yes.
That's fun. One time when I was a kid, I got strep, and my parents were just like busy or whatever, and never took me to the doctor. And I was sick for like a month with strep until my body just fought it off, and now I'm immune to strep. The trick to strep is just don't go to the doctor, apparently.
Well, I'm going to go to the doctor. Oops.
Maybe when you're a kid, don't go to the doctor. I don't know. I had it like fucking 10 times or something. And like the 11th time, they were just like, shut the fuck up. We're tired of you.
That's good.
That's how those 6 out of 10 children made it 100 years ago.
Yeah, honestly. Ohio, what's up, man? How you doing?
Well, my never-ending homelessness battle might be coming to an end this week.
Huzzah.
As in you lost the battle or you won?
I'm finally getting my own storage unit.
You're just getting a storage unit?
No, I'm just fucking around. No, I basically got fucked over 6 weeks from Sunday, the past 48 hours, and I'm basically having to look for a new apartment now. So
I was like, oh, he bought a house. Nice.
I fucking wish.
Yeah, 4 wheels and a roof.
Hey, man. I totally would.
They call them the mobile homeless. Leo, what's up, Leo? How's things in Chirac?
Well, I bought a Magic 8-ball for $2
Hey now.
Oh yeah, can we ask you questions?
at the Salvation Army. Yes.
Is Tactical Muffin Top secretly gay?
Okay.
Oh man, this is gonna be good. I don't even
It's
know.
not a very good secret.
Come on, what did it say? Come on, give me. Concentrate and ask again. Okay.
We have to think
hold
about
on,
it
hold on.
really hard.
Concentrating. All right, is Tactical Muffin Top secretly gay?
Okay. Got to get the right angle.
Keep shaking until you get the right answer.
That's why it was $2.
Now it doesn't want to. Right.
It doesn't
It was
even
working
know.
a second ago. Right.
How am I gonna know?
I think it's
You
confused.
broke it with your gayness. Dude.
Yeah.
You're so gay, you broke it.
You
It
wish
was working all day.
Muffin is.
Hey, you guys
the
wish you
hell
could hide
happened?
it that good.
Dude,
okay?
the Tactical Muffin Tops are turning the 8-balls gay.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck the frogs. I'm stepping it
Oh.
up.
And it just says ask again later.
Oh, I'm not asking again ever.
Wow.
Saved by the
Are you
baseball.
confused?
Man,
You know what?
that's
Right at the end of the chat, we're going to ask again.
it's not very
Remember.
magical, that 8-ball.
Or
Well,
my tongue is
yeah.
just that powerful.
Oh, I
I'm just
never asked,
that
how
great.
are things in Chirac there, Leo?
I have no idea.
Are you asking the 8-ball how things are in Chirac?
No. Nah, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't even watch the news. I don't even go outside. So,
You've been staying inside all the time?
well, I did go out and buy some stuff for my father for his birthday, which why I ended up buying this 8-ball.
That was for you.
Lawfully
Birthday
armed.
rape
How's
mini.
it going, sir? I assume, sir.
Ask
Last
me.
I checked,
Nice.
I'm still a sir. I'm doing great.
Awesome. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
And
having
of
me.
course, the old Dark Lord in Furnace, the Lord of the Northwest. How's it
It's
going, man?
drying off my gear.
You're drying off your gears at all. You live in a rainforest.
Yeah, it fucking poured in this match today.
How'd you
Dude,
do?
we got hit by a fucking.
I got 11th overall and first in my division.
Nice.
Dude, we got hit by a snowstorm the other day, and I took my son's car out for a drive because I'm like, I don't know, like it's like a cheap car we don't know the history of that I bought in an auction for like $650, and you know, like it needs some shakedown time, you know, it needs some shakedown time to make sure that everything's okay. And I'm driving this car, and it just snowed, and they just plowed the roads, and I have to turn right to go into the road that goes to my apartment complex. And I'm in the lane to go right, and there is a Grand Canyon of potholes in the road that at that time was covered up by a puddle. So it just looked like the road was wet. So I took this shit at speed in his car and hit the pothole so hard that the rim bent on his car and like instantly deflated. So we're going to the junkyard. We tried to hammer it back into place, but it was so far bent that the hammering fucking made it crack. So we need a new rim. So we're going to go get a new rim from the junkyard tomorrow. That'll be fun. Adventures in junkyarding. You guys ever go junkyarding?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, you're
No.
sheltering in place in Chirac. I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Well, first you need a car, Leo. Once you get a car, then going to the junkyard is the poor man's way to fix your car. It's like, fuck, my car's broken. I know, I'll go to the junkyard and give them $20. But the thing is, like, you got to bring your own tools. You got to be able to pull out the part, like the whatever part it is you need or whatever, out of a fucking broke down piece of shit car in a pile of cars, and then
See,
like.
Most of the ones around here don't let you do that anymore.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people were stealing shit.
Mm-hmm.
The old pick and pulls are not letting you pick and pull.
No.
Well, the thing
you
is,
tell,
like,
you tell them what you want, and they'll see if they have it.
the amount of labor that it would take for them to do it themselves, that doesn't make sense to me. You know,
Yeah, that's weird.
it's like that's like half the thing. They buy those cars for basically nothing. You know, you give someone like $250 for the fucking car, and then you park it in your lot, and someone needs an engine or whatever, you charge them $250. You got your money back. Oh, you need a door, $100. You need a wheel, $50. You need a whatever, $20. And then, you know, by the time it's picked apart to the point where you're just like, all right, like, let's scrap it now. You've already made 2, 3, 4 times your money back, at least on paper, minus overhead.
We don't live in the 90s no more.
That's
What does that even mean?
90s were awesome.
Means before all this. I mean, when life was easier, you can go get some stuff for the junkyard for cheap, and not having them pick it for you. Everybody's stealing shit now.
I mean,
Yeah,
shit,
it's been that way for a long time, like over 15 years. They've mostly changed here. Most of them will not let you, because people were breaking shit trying to. They just didn't know what the fuck they're doing, so I'm guessing they found it more profitable to do it themselves.
I mean, that's always kind of like, I mean, as far as I understand, that's always kind of been a thing in junkyards. Is like, oh, I need that, whatever. I need the what sits, the who sits, what sits under the hood there. Oh, this is in the way. Cut. That's in the way. Smash. This is in the way. Rip. And then you take the thing you need. Right. That's kind of the way it works.
Sawzalls and hammers are the favorite tools.
Red,
Well, it
green,
makes
and
your
shit
job
out of
easier.
it.
Get that shit out quick, you know. And
Yep.
to a point, like, yeah, you got. If someone sees you doing stuff like that, they might actually kick you out for that. To be honest, I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, we're going to the junkyard tomorrow. Second time I've been to the junkyard lately. I do like the junkyard, and we still have the pick and pulls here. Apparently, we're still living in the '90s here in Colorado.
No, we still got them here.
Same
That's
here
where my
in
buddy
South
went to
Carolina.
make a good car.
Well,
How's
the
that
one
gun
by
deal
my
going?
house has. So both of my kids have whatever the, like, let's say it's the second generation of Honda Accord from the 2000s, right? They have 3 of those vehicles at the junkyard. So it's like either of their cars needs anything at all. It's like there's 3 different complete cars that have everything that they might need, you know? And it's not like Subarus, right? If you have an old Subaru in the junkyard, the odds that it still has the motor and transmission inside of it are like 0%. But Hondas, for some reason, dude, they just fucking, no one even needs a motor. It's just a Honda. They last forever. So the ones that are in the junkyard, like, the motors stay there. So if you do need a motor, like, they're still easy to find. I don't know. There's certain things.
That's good, man. They're called U-Pullets here.
Yeah, it's called the pick and pull. Pick and pull. You guys are
We have
getting 90.
both.
Oh, what's up?
We have both. You pull it and pick and pull.
You guys are getting 90s gun control. Dude, I still haven't even had a chance to really look into the newest version of what the fucking Colorado assault weapons ban turned into, because it's not what it was when I looked into it, right? When I looked into it, it was like the most sweeping, craziest gun bill that has ever been proposed in any state and blah, blah, blah. And then they changed it from that to like something less spicy, but I don't know how much less spicy, and I don't really care how much less spicy, but the point is it's probably going to pass. And it's like void cards and fucking ammo taxes and weird shit. I don't fucking know what it is.
I think it's like a 2-day gun class. If you don't take the hunter safety course class, which is 4 hours, then you have to take a secondary class, which is like 12 hours or something like that.
Maybe I should start teaching gun classes.
Yeah.
It's like a side gig. Like help everyone get their void card licenses against the rules. How are they doing this with Bruin? Didn't Bruin decision fucking basically say there's a bunch of shit you can't do?
Yeah, and these assholes said we don't care. We're just gonna get sued.
Does
Or
anyone know,
this
like,
is their way around it, like trying to do all this awkward inward shit.
well, I mean, like, the thing is, do things that they know are against court decisions, knowing that eventually when it gets to court that they will lose, but also knowing that in the meantime they get their point across, they get their way, they get to win, they get to make people jump through hoops or whatever it is. And then in this case, they're going to make everyone get registered like they're fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, but for the most part, the federal government, no matter which side is running it, doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And I think you have to go through 2 sets of background checks they were talking about. I was listening to it.
Well, isn't Cash Patel supposed to fix everything now that he's FBI director and acting director of the ATF?
That's federally, not state level.
Is he acting ATF director?
Yeah, as of a couple days ago, and as of
Yeah.
tonight, Dan Bongino is now the acting deputy director of the
Deputy
FBI.
director, yeah.
Damn, bro. I'm starting to trust the federal government. This is scary.
It's a trap.
Right.
I hope not.
That's right.
I hope that everything's on the level and that everything seems to be as it is, because if not, we're in real fucking trouble, man. Like, imagine like Trump is like this fucking double Russian agent the whole time. Like, we didn't know it, you know? Like, everyone, they were actually like trying to tell us like the real shit going. Like, Adam Schiff has been not lying the whole time. Like,
I know I've seen several things, and I haven't really been able to confirm it yet because I've been busy. But I heard that 6 hours after Patel was sworn in as the director of the FBI, he went rogue and went after 3 high-ranking officials in the Pentagon, I think. Caught one of them trying to shred documents at almost 3 a.m, and then trying to catch a private jet to Dubai.
do you have a?
I haven't heard any of that.
Link for that? That'd be cool.
Yeah. Corey dropping the good
You
stuff.
seen the German election results today?
No.
The German erections.
Yeah,
Election.
the conservatives won, and I think what was the FDE, whatever came in second, or however they say it.
Yeah, AFD.
Yeah, FD, yeah.
What does that mean? Like Hitler Light?
Well,
That's
that's
what
what
they're
the left man. Right.
They're the socialists with conventional values, the not woke
Oh,
socialists.
the National Socialist. Right.
So it's Hitler-esque. Too.
Some still say it still was a slight win, because still like the conservatives won, but they're like conservative light. That actually won in Germany, but they say that those conservatives still conspire with the left, so Germany might still not change.
So what happens now if the FBI starts charging and arresting political figures with crimes? And it seems like the lion's share of the political figures that they're charging with crimes happen to be Democrat.
I'd be so happy.
Yeah,
I'd almost be a little scared because, like you said a while ago, you're starting to trust the government. So I don't know what this means. This is uncharted territory.
As long as it's constitutionally legal. I don't want anything outside the bounds that can be used again.
It would make them no better than the opponent, the opposite.
But you and I both know they probably commit the lion's share of crimes to be prosecuted.
What are you thinking, Furnace? What if there happens to be a bunch of political people being arrested for alleged crimes, and it looks like more of them are Democrat?
Well, if it's true, I don't care.
Good. What if? Okay, so that's the thing that's hard to suss out though until there's actually a trial, right? Because you would assume, with the way that things have been ran for the past 10 years plus, that if there were someone who was on the political left being arrested for even legitimate reasons, that the mainstream media would paint the picture as if they were being arrested for political reasons, right? So how would one suss that out without knowing all the facts, being in the fog of war, in the midst of discovery, in which no one can actually know the truth, but like we have to move forward as if there is either trust in the government doing the right thing or, the opposite of that. So I don't even know what the question is anymore.
And I try to always base my opinion on the best evidence at hand. So until I saw these trials, I would try to stay as neutral as possible.
Well, and thankfully we do live in a system where you're innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
I have never been I've never been Team Democrat or Republican. I'm a issue voter.
Well,
I don't
and
care what
I've
team
always
they
been,
are.
when it comes down to it, and this is why I used to be pro-Democrat back in the day. Free speech, pro-free speech, and I'm not a free speech and absolutist, but definitely pro-free speech, definitely anti-war, anti-big government and overspending and all the things that government likes to stick its nose into internationally to get, you know what I mean? Like there's all that going on, but that used to be like more Democrat type policies, minus like big government and guns, and now it's more Republican policies that fit that for me anyway. I don't know. It's funny how things
I'm at the
flip.
position where I'll believe it when I see it because even if they do try to go after all these crooked fucking politicians and elites that have just destroyed, a bunch of shit and killed a bunch of people, I honestly don't think they'll face true justice. I think they'll basically get a slap on the wrist and allowed to go wherever they want to go, just disappear and not face justice.
Okay, here's a question for you guys. And I have my own opinion on this, and I will give you my opinion after you guys give me your opinion. Do you think that we will actually get the Epstein list released to the public for all to see?
No. Otherwise, it would have already happened.
My understanding, and most of it already has been, just nobody will listen to the people.
Well, supposedly there's a list. Supposedly there's like the video evidence and all that, kind of like the illegal stuff that's actually recorded, the blackmail itself that was confiscated out of Epstein's New York apartment and off of the island itself when he got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Was all given over to the FBI. They have who knows how many files and videos and whatever else that have never seen the light of day. And I don't know whose responsibility or whose job it is to go through that. But yeah, it'd be the black book, right? It'd be the Epstein client list. We never actually have gotten like a complete client list. We've got a list of people who've flown on the planes, but that doesn't mean that you're a client list. That just means that for one reason or another, he had you on the plane. Maybe he was trying to lure you in and it didn't work. Maybe he did. I don't know. But just being on the plane doesn't seem like, especially if it's only like once or twice, maybe, like doesn't seem like that itself is implicative of being involved with crime.
Well, there's
However,
been
it doesn't
lists
look
out
very
for,
good. Like,
there's been lists out for what, like a year or two now that.
No, it's over 15. I just watched it. I don't remember his name. I just watched the interview with a guy that released a book about this over 15 years ago, but no side would listen to him.
I would have given it. I would have said yes before your last chat, Honda, but I think the blackmail aspect of it, I'm going to go with a no. I think that holds too much power. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I think.
what do you think, Yeti Love?
I agree. You can't really let it out because there's going to be too many people that are still involved with big things right now, big decisions, big business. You can't afford to see that they've gone to the island 3 or 4 times,
Here's the thing, though. Kash Patel himself has on multiple occasions gone on long-form podcasts, interviews, etc., and specifically when asked about the Epstein list, said that would be one of the first things that he did when once sworn in as FBI director. So
what if
I don't
that's
know, man. I
classified?
don't know. Maybe he gets in there and it's like Obama. Remember when Obama got in office the first time and it was like, oh, I'm going to close Guantanamo and do all these things. And he got in office. He was like, never mind. We're going to keep the status quo. We're going to keep things going. We're going to fight these wars. Nothing's going to change. So I don't know.
Steve
Maybe
D said Bondi said it's on her desk and she's going to review it. I don't know any truth about that.
I heard that too. And who knows if that's true. Maybe he gets in there and there is no list, though. Maybe he gets in there and he asks for the list and it doesn't exist. So in that case, we wouldn't get a list because it doesn't exist. And if it does exist, like you're saying, it's got like, you know, UK fucking royalty and shit on the list and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's reasons why they wouldn't want to release that.
Well, according to this guy that wrote a book called The Black Book, it's like the files of Epstein Black Book or something like that is the title. The actual damning evidence is the thousands of DVDs they took out of his two homes. So
Yeah.
Which again, they still have.
right. So that's the info we need to know. Because like you said, some people had dealings with this guy because it's a legitimate, well, in air quotes, legitimate business dealing. Some of it's blackmail because they were fucking children.
Literally.
But not all of it is that. The guy had some weird. The dude had some very weird ties.
Well, where did he get his money from? No one knows the answer to that. Where he's a billionaire on paper. Where did he was a teacher? Don't teachers make like dick for money?
He was investment, real estate, all that stuff too, though.
To be a billionaire? I don't know. You'd have to spell it out for me. I don't. As far as I understand, the question of the origins of his money seemed to be not answered. And I could be wrong on that, but that was my understanding. They're waiting till the DVDs naturally decay.
Yeah, I'm sure they destroyed them.
Do you guys feel like... Here's a question. When you're looking at these news reports or these political pundits standing in front of the camera, screaming at the top of their lungs, getting all red in the face about USAID cuts and spending cuts for this or that, does it seem to you that they are like fighting for a legitimate cause, or are they like, is something else going on? And if so, what?
I could say it probably could have started off that way. And then somewhere down the lines.
Because it seems to me that, and I could be wrong about this too, I'm welcome to be wrong, but it seems to me that a lot of the people who are getting upset about the cutting and spending aren't really upset because of what they're talking about. It seems like they're upset because they're losing their funding, not the funding for their, constituents or people who need it or whatever. It's like the money laundering scheme that they were involved with, or even worse, they're trying to cover up for something, or they're trying to cover their tracks about something. And if Elon Musk or Doge or whoever starts looking into what's going on in their neck of the woods a little too hard, then they're going to be exposed. So if they fight against it and get the courts to put in injunctions and do all the things, then maybe they can have a little bit of time to sweep some stuff under the rugs before the investigators come in and fucking see what's going on. I don't know. That's what it seems like. I don't have any evidence for that. That's just on the outside looking in how it feels and what it looks like.
I mean, do you think it started off as a money laundering scheme from day one? Or did it just grow into that? No.
As far as I understand, USAID was started by Kennedy, and it was started to basically help developing nations around the world. So it was literally aid to foreign countries because they had problems. And then eventually we got co-opted by the CIA because the CIA needed ways to overthrow governments and stuff, and they kept getting found out, and the whole fucking Iran Contra affair that happened and got exposed and all that stuff. So they had to come up with another way to do things. And somewhere in the 90s, I think it was, they started using USAID to put agents on the ground in countries that they were trying to put their own puppet leader in, to like overthrow basically and put their own puppet leader in. And how they would do it is by funding foreign government or foreign media, so that you own the media. And then once you own the media, then you have a couple other things, and then you get the elections under your control too. So you have the elections and the media under your control, then you can put whoever you want in, and no one can say that it wasn't legit, because you'll just have your media fucking repeat it to everybody again and again until they all believe it, And that seemed to work, and it was like a really cheap way, comparatively, to overthrow governments than to like go in and invade and bullets flying and troops on the ground type thing. But the thing is, it's like a house of cards, right? Like these puppet regimes that you set up are ready to fall over as soon as you're not there helping to prop it up. And a lot of them, I think, have been propped up by USAID money and stuff like that. That as soon as that money runs out, like what's going to happen to these puppet regimes? I don't know. But I think that might be part of what they're upset about too, is, hey, think about all of this money and time that we've invested over the past couple of decades through USAID and other covert means through the CIA to overthrow neighboring countries. And I'm thinking specifically a lot of South American countries and a lot of countries surrounding Russia, that we have intervened in their elections and we've done things to them that if they had done to us, we would go to war over. But since we were successful with it, we have implemented their... we've installed our own people in their governments, basically. And so we have effective control over resources, strategic lands, yada, yada, yada. Whatever we want, we've got for pennies on the dollar for actually going in. But again, it's a house of cards. It's ready to blow over as soon as we're not propping it up and holding it up and the wind blows, So, I don't know, man. Like, is it worth it in the long run? Well, no, because it seems like the more of these fake states that you acquire, the more overhead you have. And I know one thing, that if we continue the debt spiral that we're in as this country, that will be a guaranteed way that we die as a country. I mean, if we end up defaulting on all of our loans and the dollar goes to infinity because we can't, it takes infinity dollars to buy a loaf of bread, you can't have a society anymore. And that's where things will go eventually if we keep printing money the way that they have been. But yeah, okay, here's another question. USAID...
If we die, China die. We buy all their shit. This is all, it's just made up shit so we fight each other. Like, money is made up.
Yeah.
It's your value, your work value, and then shit made. So what we, the whole goal, like, we're gonna go look at all the, what the fuck, we can't eat gold. Gold don't do shit. Fuck, most of the computer electronics are not even made of gold anymore. It's just bullshit to keep us occupied while they fuck us in the ass.
I just ate some edible gold not too long ago. What are you talking about?
Some Goldschlager.
Have you ever seen that restaurant where they put like gold foil on your steak and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Oh yeah.
And they charge you like, oh, here's your like, you go to Walmart and buy it for like $30 steak, but we're charging you $300 for it, possibly more.
My cousin had just the gold leaves, and we just ate the leaves. Didn't put it on no steak or no food or nothing. Just a straight leaf.
What did it taste
raw
like?
dog it.
Nothing really. Didn't really taste like anything.
Huh.
From what I can remember.
Smoked a gold joint once.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was $50 of bad weed. I mean, it was fine, but just kind of odd. A little bit of a nickel kind of taste in the mouth afterwards.
Did it burn okay?
Yeah, it burned fine. It was like Bible paper, just a tiny bit slower.
You
They,
smoke Bible?
so they just like took like
Yeah.
a joint paper and then put like a gold foil on the inside of it or something, or
Yeah, it was just kind of like basically the paper was laced in the gold leaf, and you light the gold leaf at the end. You open it up and light it, and it just burns down as you go.
Huh.
The gold melts, it's just like leaf, so it goes pretty quick.
what if it turns
Yeah,
out burning gold gives you like super cancer or something? Like, that's not
Wow.
my know. I don't know. Like, what does burning gold do? Can you inhale burning gold? Doesn't seem like heavy metals and breathing in are a good thing to do, but
No.
what do I know?
Right.
Well, definitely not. I only did it once. I can't afford $50.
Oh yeah,
points.
I'm sure you don't have like gold-plated lungs after.
I mean, that would kind of explain some things, wouldn't it?
Hopefully, it's just a little VD.
Daniel says, "I've done the gold steaks. Makes an awesome shit." Do you see it in your shit later?
I don't even remember.
Like, do you have to eat
I mean,
you gotta eat like several fucking steaks
Right.
with gold all over them, or I don't know, dude. That's crazy.
so he for a minute he had a pot of gold. So is his name Leprechaun now?
Taste the rainbow.
Well, then could you filter it out at the end so theoretically it'd never go away?
Well, dude, how much gold is in a gold leaf? It's like basically immeasurable by weight. It's like a couple of atoms thick. Like they fucking roll that shit out till it's so thin that it like fucking disintegrates and sticks to everything.
Yeah, it's like razor thin square sheets.
Which is cool, and like that's how you gold plate stuff, or whatever. You want like your gun to look gold. You put a bunch of gold, like you rough up the surface, or I don't know what the fuck they do. Don't ask me about gunsmithing. Actually, sorry, never mind.
Bubba Smithing by Honda.
Smith.
Well, it says on Amazon you can get 50 sheets of gold for $20.
Right, which means it's like fucking no gold at all.
Yeah.
So you
sorry,
like
30 sheets.
So when they put that on a steak, it's like, oh yeah, we added gold to your steak. Yeah, how much gold? Like 4 cents worth. Like,
Yeah.
not very much. I know that. Yeah, it's fine. It's crazy what people go through to get gold, though. For like a metal that like you can't eat it. It doesn't fucking like watch your kids while you're at work. Like, it's really good for nothing except for other people like it because it's shiny. But they'll go to the butthole of Alaska and spend like an entire summer up there where it's like as nice as it gets, but it's still fucking Alaska. So
I mean, it used to have
like
a
shitty
lot
and
of
gold and
value
fucking-
for electronics, but we've found new, shit that does just as good or better.
Oh, you're talking about
Technology.
graphene?
I mean, CPUs, the pins used to be gold because it transfers electricity really well, but they've moved away from that too on a lot of it.
What do they use now?
I think it's just I don't know.
If you
Some
gold
type of
uses
composite
Silver
shit.
conducts better than gold.
What
a lot
conducts
of
better than
audio
gold?
equipment.
Silver. They use it in
Silver?
a lot of medical stuff.
Huh.
I thought those are some of the minerals that we want from Ukraine and Greenland. Some of those not chemicals, but materials.
I don't know. I heard that they found the largest known deposit of lithium in the world so far in butt fucking Wyoming somewhere.
Oh, get ready for that to catch on fire.
Well, no, they live in Wyoming, bro. They don't even need to catch it on fire. You just need to like start digging, Hold on, I've got some chicken cooking. I need to check on I need to go choke my chicken real quick. Can you cover for me?
He's got to do his OnlyFans real quick.
Chicken flippers.
He's got a request.
I'm doing steak this evening.
That sounds good.
I had
Very
chicken
good.
strips.
Same.
I had a steak burrito.
I had
That's
Bojangles
nice.
chicken.
I haven't had a steak burrito in a while. It's been a long time.
Is there anything from SHOT Show anyone's excited about?
No.
Not really.
Mine's something from, I think it's Shot Global or Shooter Global.
I mean, it's out of my price range, but I do like the Smith & Wesson Metal, the new one, the compact.
They're nice.
They're nice. There's some nice stuff coming out, but it's nothing really fucking exciting. It's just, you
I want
know,
the Shooter Global
makeup on a pig.
is a timer I use, and they're doing a AR glasses that, like, you can tell it what your round count is in your magazine, and it'll count it down when you're shooting. And then it can take first-person video, so it'll do your overlays from your shot timer onto your video. So it'll tell you like your splits and how how fast it took you to shoot that stage or that practice or whatever. I think it looks badass. That's what I
So the
want.
people can't accuse you of speeding up your video. So
What?
the people can't accuse you of speeding up your video.
Right. Yeah.
Huh. Fucking Mitchellek. Have you ever met him? Has he ever come to your range in Furnace?
His daughter might come out this year.
That's
Because we host SIG. They do a competition every year.
He always seemed to me to be just like this, like super competitive, cocky, like weird guy. You know,
My boss has shot with him and knows him, and he says he's actually really nice.
I don't know. Just like seeing him on video, it's always like, "Well, I shot faster than you." Like, yeah, dude, you're the fucking world champion. Of course, you're gonna shoot faster. Like, fuck off. Like,
Nah, he's super nice. One of my coworkers got a picture with him in the SHOT
He's
Show.
pretty cool, and his daughter's really nice too.
that's cool. That's cool.
I like that Chris Chimera that they showed. I know it's gonna be expensive, but it looked pretty cool.
All right, my chicken needs about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna have to walk away again in like
What's
5
the
minutes.
Chris Chimera? I didn't see that one.
Basically, it's basically a I think it's a 2011, but you know it's modular where you can make it in the size you want, double action, single action. I'll try to find some stuff on it. That was the only handgun I really like. But like I said, it's going to be expensive anyway. So
What are you guys' thoughts on Doge saving us a bunch of money by being like, hey, here's like some waste and some spending and stuff that we didn't need to do. That's bullshit or whatever. And rather than them taking that money and applying it towards the deficit, them giving it out to people as a stimulus. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
No.
Well, I don't think it's not going out as like a stimulus, right? Like it's really just what was it? I was just reading about it. Like something like it's just going out to people who paid in taxes.
Yeah, taxpayers only, but
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Like anybody who's of lower income is not going to get it.
A dividend check.
I guess my problem with that is the point of Doge, the point of Elon Musk and Trump going in and reforming and hauling over the government and turning switches off and turning knobs off and seeing what doesn't work and what does work is so that we can get the deficit down to the point where we're not going to spend ourselves into oblivion, right? Because we already spend, I don't even know how much it is on just the interest on the debt that we owe, let alone how much we continually add to that debt every year. It's like $2 trillion a year that we add to that debt. So, again, like if you want to have a strong dollar and a good economy in the future, one of the things that you would want to do is get your government spending under control to the point where you have a stable dollar, where you're not going to like lose your value through inflation over years. And the way that they've been doing things is the opposite of that. So, yeah, and I don't know, like Elon Musk and doing all that stuff, the point was, I thought, to cure that problem, to to get that deficit spending down to either a reasonable level or even start paying off the debt, so that we can start paying down that debt and then maybe eventually not have it anymore, But at this point, maybe we're already too far in debt. I don't know. What is it, $37 trillion we owe right now?
Who exactly is going to collect on us if we do go further into debt? Like, how far do we have to go? And then who's going to collect on us exactly?
Dude, that's a great question. I remember being in high school, and we took one of the classes that we had to take in high school to graduate was an econ class where we learned about economics and how the economy works. And we got to a point where we're talking about national debt, which at that point was somewhere around $5 trillion, I think. And that was at that time like, oh my God, 5 trillion with a T. And everyone was like, that's an insurmountable amount of money. And I raised my hand in class and I'm like, that's really bad. Why don't we just print a bunch of money and pay it off? Oh, because of inflation, and that'll be really bad for the economy and blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, what happens if we let this debt go and go and go to the point where we can't pay it? And the teacher looked at me, shrugged her shoulders, said, I don't know, and we moved on. And no one was bothered in the class except for me. So yeah, I don't know. Preston Garvey dropped in $5. He said, Honda's just mad that he can't beat Jerry because of all the anti-gun laws where he lives. I can't be Jerry.
He's a Jerry's kid.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Mitchellek.
Oh, sorry.
See, Honda's a Jerry's kid.
Are you calling me a Jerry's kid?
I believe he is.
Yes,
I don't know what that means. But I'm going to go with it's a good thing.
I'm calling you a retard.
The nicest way possible.
That's a good thing. Do we have the ability to pay off the debt, do you think, at this point? Or has it gone too far? Have we reached a point of no return in which we will just have to continue down the road that we're on until it meets whatever end it ends up at? Or is there a way to right the ship, turn it around, and pay off this debt and continue on like we're fucking legitimate?
I think we could take big chunks out of it, and it would have to start by having every political party prove that they can actually balance the fucking budget, and ones that can't or refuse to, like I'm talking senator by senator, congressman by congressman, you either show us you can balance a budget or you get the fuck out and we replace your ass.
Yep. That one was smart.
Honda, your chicken.
Yep, looks like you already went away for it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out. I'm gonna go take care of this chicken.
In fairness, I sent you a link for that gun I was talking about in Discord.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
But does it use Glock mags?
Chicken and baked potatoes.
If it's not a Glock, if it's not a Glock 19,
no,
it's
that
a
was
new gun.
there was a couple 2011s this year that they use Glock mags. That's the big thing about them.
Yeah, Glock mags are solid, man.
No, that's the CZ75, so that's not bad.
The fucking the staccato mags are $100 a pop.
Holy shit.
Man.
Daniel says, if you listen to Elon, his plan is to balance the budget and inflate wages so we become proportionally leveraged and debt becomes manageable. Well, that is one way to get out of like that crazy amount of debt, you know, is if you continue to just print money, then the amount of debt, the actual like payoff of that debt is a lesser amount, even though the money stays the same, because money is worth less. So you owe $5 trillion, let's say, but the $5 trillion today is not the $5 trillion that it was when you borrowed the money. So it actually becomes good that you have that debt because, I don't know, the math works out. Why is Colorado so gay about plastic bags? I don't know, man. We're gay about lots of shit here. Like, Colorado's starting to suck, man. It really is. Like, it's a great state for a lot of different reasons, but it also sucks for increasing amount of reasons.
You can always just move to Michigan with Matt and Duke.
It may come to that. It may come to that. What were you going to say, Yeti?
Oh, just here in Oregon, well, Salem specifically, it's no plastic bags, only paper bags, and it's 10 cents a bag. So
You're old like me. Do you remember a time back in the day when they were like, don't use paper bags. You have to chop down trees to make paper bags. Use the plastic ones.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember
all
that
the
very
animals
specifically.
started dying. Yeah.
I just spent $10 for reusable bags, and that's what I've been using for 4 years.
Dude, I bought those, and the problem is, like, you have to remember them when you go to the store.
I just keep them in my car.
Yeah, like you
He's
can
beat the system.
We take a laundry tote in the trunk.
I've got a bunch of those bags in the pantry ready to go to the store with me when I go. And every time I go to the store, I'm like, I didn't bring the
Bags.
I have to hear that all day.
What?
Oh, I forgot my bag. I came in here only to buy one thing, and I end up with all these. Do you know how many times I get that a day? I just came here for one thing, and whoopsie daisy.
You know, working with the public makes you realize how dumb the average person is.
Yes.
Yep.
We're not all
fucking
dumb.
lying.
Out put guns in their hand.
Oh,
We're
God.
never going to space, are we?
Well, if we ever go to
No,
space,
we never
it's just for,
have.
like a few of the smartest people, and within like 5 generations, it'll be like a different species. They'll look back on the schlubs on Earth and just be like, God, dude, how are we even like the same species? And we'll be like, no, you're not. You're a different species than those people. You're way smarter. You're also like can't go back in normal gravity or you'll die. But you know,
Worth it.
Probably.
maybe they'll like within a couple more generations they'll just have like really big fucking bald heads and little mouths, giant almond eyes, and they'll come in on these like spaceships that look like saucers. Oh wait, do you think that's what the aliens are? They're just us, but like from the future traveled back to like fix some wrong that had happened in their timeline. I think about that sometimes.
Maybe
don't
they were
think
here
that-
to warn us about Biden.
That's literally what the 4400 was about.
Okay, how about this? Are we living in a simulation? Go. I gotta go like start plating up some chicken.
Sometimes it feels that
He's
way,
still
but
working at
no.
home.
I was just thinking, do you think the spaceship DMV would be still slow?
Yes.
Probably.
Terrible.
It would probably take you light years.
No. That's funny. That was a good one. That was good.
Yeah, kind of like Elon wanting to go to Mars. So fucking comical.
Did you guys see that new freaking drone thing that has like all of our bones and shit? It's creepy as hell.
What? No.
There's a new humanoid drone. It has all of our bones and it's all synthetic body. It's scary.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
Nice.
talking about, but when
It's
you
like
said
hot-
drone,
Oh
threw me off.
No.
Yeah,
No,
that
I
thing
didn't
was
see anything
creepy
about
as hell.
that.
It was
Yeah,
creepy.
it's creepy.
Is there a link in your Discord?
I don't think I have it in my Discord.
Muffin, you talking about the one that was all white and was like
Yeah,
hanging up?
with like that, basically like a cell phone face almost.
yeah,
It said
and
it
they had
never quits learning. Fuck that.
I've been saying they need to do away with fucking AI. That shit should have never come into existence.
Nah,
Dude,
it's
that thing
coming whether
scared
you
the
like
shit
it or
out of me.
not. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen either way.
that
Yeah,
thing
and
came
then so
walking.
will fucking Terminator. We'll get Terminators after our ass.
Dude, that thing's
Skynet.
better than the Terminator. It's
Well,
scary
now
as
we can
shit.
start using all our preps. You know, got to put them preps to use on the waste.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, but if it's Black Terminator, he won't be back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you see Elon Musk says that we're on the cusp of how did he put it? Hold on. He
The
said,
singularity.
where did it go? I just had it.
Very true, Adam. Adam.
We are on the event horizon of the singularity. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically means like we are about to go over into AGI for artificial intelligence. Meaning we will no longer be the smartest things on this planet anymore.
Which is going to bite us in the ass.
Because then they realize they don't need oxygen.
Yeah, wouldn't machines do better in space because they could just have like direct sunlight all the time, no clouds and bullshit?
But that's why Elon was sending them to Mars for like his work
Yeah.
crew or whatever.
I guess.
That's a pipe dream.
I mean, that's how the Cylons, they did better in space than humans. So.
X Adam. X Adam says, if you send all the dumb people to space, you'll never have to worry about them ever again.
No, the argument is the type of technology that it would take to make Mars livable, you could fix Earth.
Yep.
That's true.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah, I think it's a waste of money. Like, Mars is... The fuck we gonna do on Mars? The fuck we gonna do on Titan? Right? It's like negative 1,000,000 degrees on Titan. The fuck?
Well, I think the point is, why do you become a multi-planet species? Right?
Just in case.
Yeah, and the answer is, like, in case a fucking meteor comes by and fucking smashes your whole planet.
Yeah, but if we have the technology to do that on Mars, we probably would have the technology to deflect a meteor.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, how you gonna live on Mars if there's no supplies coming from Earth anyway? Like, how much can you really grow, like, in like a building environment on Mars?
No, the
Where,
core
like,
of
you don't
Mars
need the
is a
help.
big glacier. Have you not seen Total Recall?
Well, this is true.
It's a documentary.
But then still, corporations will use it for themselves, and not for the and just not for the regular people. But then we will get like some 3 titty bitches, so
Oh,
it's
to
kind
space.
of a balance.
To space.
I mean, 3 titty bitches make everything worth it, don't they?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Lay
You got a
over
point
straight
there.
to the tits.
Which tit is your favorite? The center one?
Yes.
It's a tough choice.
Whichever one's the biggest.
Tigo biddies. Space biddies. Yeah, I agree with it. We should colonize the moon first. It's right fucking there. You got, like, you can dig in and fucking make tunnels and do all kinds of things. They've got water up there that you could use to turn into fuel. The gravity is fairly low, so taking off from the moon is not a pain in the ass like it is taking off from Earth. There's no atmosphere to fuck with, you know? Like, the moon would be an easier starting point and a place to build, I think, a base. If you were actually going to use, like, if you're actually going to go out into space and start exploring things and being a fucking multi-planet species, I think the very first place that you would have to colonize, you wouldn't even be colonizing it, you would just be setting up a base there, would be the moon.
But see,
Haven't we already?
like, the moon has no atmosphere, so one small space rock just slamming into the station.
Yeah, but the Nazis live there.
Haven't we already signed?
I mean, like, you would have to build it underground.
Is someone snoring?
I don't know. There's a lot of background noise going on.
I keep hearing it. And I'm like, is someone going fucking demonic, getting possessed or something?
Is Duke here? Duke? Yes, you do.
No, a lot of it's
You do.
coming from. I think Mr. Yeti is making some noise.
It could be my headphone when I put my head on the side because it's rubbing up against my chair.
It just sounded kind of demonic. I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
That's
you have a
evil.
gaming headset on?
Yeah, because I don't have a regular mic.
Yeah,
They're
Honda, you used to
fatties,
complain
too.
to me about that all the time.
Yeah, I used to yell
You
at.
can always hear
fucking-
me drinking.
Well, yeah, okay.
The whole
Does
gulping.
anyone have pet peeves? I've got a pet peeve, and that's the sound of hearing you swallow. I don't know what it is, but and it's not just you; it's anybody. Like it's not like if anybody, the sound of anyone swallowing, like the.
Yeah, but I like it
Styrofoam.
when you swallow.
Oh,
Oh,
Styrofoam makes my teeth hurt when I hear it. I hate that.
all right, I can see that.
Or someone's teeth that's scraping against a metal fork.
Oh,
Oh.
God. Oh, yeah, I hate that.
To get back on
nails on a
topic,
chalkboard.
I think we've already signed like some sort of space compact to not colonize the moon.
I think it's what on all the planets they made some type of pact, like not to take land, and the land is for everybody for like all the planets, which is pretty gay to me.
A pact between all the
If
countries.
I'm the first one there, is my yeah. Like if I'm the first one there, this is my shit.
So it's Antarctica.
Wasn't there a while back? There was like some website that was selling fucking land on Mars or something. You guys remember that?
Yeah, those bullshit like you can give your girlfriend a star with her name on it. That shit.
StarRegistry.com.
Yeah. Here's your certificate with her name.
Did you
I
can't
mean,
do
that's
shit
genius for whoever's selling the certificates. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they made a lot of money.
Article 2 of the Outer Space Treaty adopts a strict policy against national appropriation of the moon and other celestial bodies.
Yep.
with? You space nerd.
That's why we need to
Nah,
make that.
Google.
Isn't there also part of that we can't take weapons into space from any country?
No, I think Russia actually has to have. What was that movie that they had two Russian Makarovs on board? That was like their contribution to the shuttle. I think that's like a legit thing. I think Russia actually carries everywhere. Russia's more American than America.
Jesus.
I mean, eventually, we're gonna have wars over land on other planets anyway. So, it's gonna happen.
Nope.
The first
Well,
space
that's if
war.
we don't wipe ourselves out first.
right?
Maybe
Which
it'd
is
be the first space
Elon's
war.
whole point, right? That's
No,
why you
I'm
want to become
talking
a
about-
multi-planet species.
Yeah, but if we kill ourselves before we get to that point, it ain't gonna matter.
Right, which is why you want to get to that point. So in case one of, yeah, that's the point.
Then they just
Although
nuke
if,
Mars.
like, let's say Earth and Mars, we're on Mars now, and Earth has some giant war and blows itself up, and there's just like some dudes on Mars, like,
Chilling.
we kind of needed supplies from you guys. Like,
Yeah, they're dead. Like without Earth, like it's not gonna matter anyway. That's what I think of it.
well, certainly at first. I think
Nope.
the idea is
Blackberries
eventually
will
it
grow
become
anywhere.
self-sufficient. What's that?
Pretty true.
The blackberries will fucking grow anywhere.
No, here's the thing: if you're not gonna find a planet that's just like Earth, we're already doomed.
Gotta go
And
Titan.
then there's getting there. Period. What they said, we might not even have that technology. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000,000 years from now. We're still not going to have that type of technology.
Daniel says private entities can own planets under that treaty. That's crazy. So it's going to be like,
Black
I don't
Rock,
know
all
how
the
many
planets.
fucking movies have been about like Alien, or Aliens was all like the corporation was in charge. It's not a fucking government; it's the corporation making decisions.
Wayland Yutani.
Yep.
Yeah, Wayland Yutani.
I mean, honestly, like at that point, you just have a technocratic system where the corporations are actually the government, even though they're not the government, but they are the government,
Yep.
and what they say goes. And if it's not good for them, it's not going to happen. And if you dying is good for them, you're going to die. Like, just the way it works.
It's basically gonna be like all of the '80s dystopian cyberpunk movies.
Sweet.
Where just corporations own everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Apparently, Japan is now making a prototype motorcycle based on hydrogen.
Yeah, I think Kawasaki.
Yep. Which my sister and I got into a discussion about this.
Not motorcycles specifically, but like I've been saying for a really long time, like why don't they just make cars that run off of hydrogen? And I still haven't got like a really good answer for that. So it's like, oh, hydrogen's explosive. Didn't you see the Hindenburg? It's like, yeah, but you know, science has come a long way since the Hindenburg. Maybe we could find a way to make it safe. I don't know.
Yeah. Chevy and Honda are they've combined up and they're making one. Chevy makes one for the military now, but they're trying to bring it to civilian market.
Toyota makes a hydrogen car because James May over in England, he drives one.
Well, I mean, that would get us out of all of these like foreign wars over oil because you need oil for energy. Like, we could just dig up fucking coal or use solar and then use that electricity to do electrolysis on water and then collect the hydrogen and then burn the hydrogen back into water. Like, I don't understand why we're not doing that, I guess, is my question.
Because you just answered your own question. Because there's still too much money to be made in oil.
Yeah,
There's been hydrogen cars for a long. Honda's had one for years. They have gas stations that have that shit in California.
That's crazy.
Well, and as far as I understand, like, you could have a hydrogen station at gas stations, and it would take up about as much space at the gas station as a soda machine. You just plug it into the wall. It's got like water and the saline solution and everything else inside of it. It runs electricity through that. It collects the hydrogen and it pumps it into your car. They've had those in Sweden for a while now too.
I have seen the tiles or the sidewalks in Japan where you walk on them and it creates energy.
Yeah, I've seen that too. That's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. France has some of those solar paneled bike paths too, or what do you call it? Driving paths as well.
Dragon Path?
No, like a biking travel path where you can use electric cars or whatever. The whole road is like solar power, so you can pull over anywhere and charge. It's bizarre. I don't know. There's just a stretch of road in France somewhere. I'm not sure where.
Have you seen the Toyota truck that costs like $12,000 that they can't sell here?
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Why can't they sell it here?
Because
Fucking chickens.
America's the land of the free, man. Didn't you know?
Awesome.
Free to be ripped off. Do you think all the increasing regulations about car safety is really good for us, or is it just pricing people out of being able to buy cars?
The second one.
Yep.
It's pretty expensive. Yeah, the best way to do it is to do what you did, Honda, and just buy yourself a cheap car or go to auction and then fix it yourself because you can. Buying a new car is just outright crazy.
Right, and they have like so many safety features that are all mandated and mandatory, and if they don't have these like 75 fucking features in them, then you can't sell them in America.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
You can't sell in America is a motorcycle. You just hop on that bitch. Fucking it takes like 5 minutes of training to pass the fucking class, and you get a license, and you can ride that. You can go buy a fucking Hayabusa tomorrow if you're 18 and have $500 and a cosigner.
Companies like Tesla have been going out of the way making where you can't fix your vehicles.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you tried to fix anything new, but it is a pain in the damn dick.
Yep.
Right, equipment is not too bad, but you've got to have the equipment.
Oh, that
But
was
no,
a
you can't work
swallow.
on a Tesla.
I was drinking some water. My bad.
Whew. I felt Honda's pain for a second.
It was a
Freaked me out
deep
a little
swallow. Yeah.
Yeah. You were really working that throat, weren't you?
You got to get that
Man.
microphone right up on your Adam's apple, you know?
I just needed some water pretty bad.
Anyway.
I'm scared. What's happening?
No, it's not a Hilux. That's different. And those are actually pretty cheap too for what they are.
That's cool.
But my God, like a Hilux is such a fucking durable vehicle that just needs nothing, you know? And why can't we have those here? I don't know.
Well, it's technically is a Hilux. It's the Hilux Champ. It's the smaller version of a Hilux.
Just saying, to get a Hilux, you have to wait like 25 years or something until they're like so used, they're basically used up.
Yeah, for the import law.
And then, yeah, then you pay an ass ton of money to get a 25-year-old truck, you know, like,
You
yay.
can bring them in sooner, but then you can only put like 2,000 miles on them a year and everything, and only use them for certain things. So that puts you out of the market right there.
Yeah, but how many does the Taliban have?
There you go.
Speaking of the Taliban, did you see Trump calling for ISIS and the Taliban to return all of the U.S. military equipment that they left in Iraq and Afghanistan or whatever?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Like, he probably doesn't have the power to fucking actually like follow through with that quite yet, but if he wanted to.
That would be kind of cool, to be honest, if we could do that, but I highly doubt that.
Do you think the Trump administration's gone too far with what's going on so far in their first like 35 days or whatever it's been?
Well, obviously, everybody's freaking out.
So you think they've gone too far?
No, I don't. I like the fact that they're going in and investigating everybody and getting some of the waste. I am curious as to like what you said. What some people are saying is like, where's that money going to go? Is it going to go to us? Is it going to go to paying down that debt? Is it just going to go to rebuild infrastructure? I mean, I think any of those things would be helpful as long as they just don't give it to people that are either one addicted to drugs and not working, or just obviously criminals, corporations. But no, I don't think he's gone too far so far. The whole group seems to be doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, like Trump's approval rating right now is like a record high. Like,
I think you're going to have to see what the outcome is of all the ICE stuff. That's going to be as it keeps deepening and getting more and more people getting deported.
I think it's disgusting that they've been able to trim that amount of waste out of what we pay for in a couple weeks.
Dude, and they just started looking into it. It's not like they've gone through
either.
everything yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they've gone through like
Just
5% of the
years-
budget, you know?
Dude, yeah. Just think like 10 years of just frivolous fucking spending, how much money we've just pissed away.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's sickening, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when you consider how much money like the average American makes, like we make.
Yeah.
It's like
Not shit compared.
dude, our entire lifetime of income wouldn't be shit compared. They spend that every minute. Sorry, this chicken's delicious.
What kind of chicken?
Mojito
Same kind of
lime.
chicken we always make.
Ooh.
Chicken thighs baked in the oven until they're a little bit crispy.
Mm.
Sounds pretty good.
Salt,
I gotta
pepper,
cook
garlic.
steak soon.
Nice and simple. With a baked potato, 2 slices of American cheese.
America.
Because you're going to have a baked potato, it's got to have American cheese, in my opinion. It's the best kind of cheese for baked potatoes.
Do you guys do that On pie too.
I've never been a cheese on pie guy myself.
I couldn't do
what?
that. I've never heard of that in my life, and I'm a
No,
fan.
right?
Yeah,
Never
that's
heard
just
of that.
weird.
You've
think
never
it's an
heard of
English
cheese on
thing.
pie?
No.
No.
Ice
I've heard
cream,
of
bro.
Sharp
Ice
cheddar.
cream.
It's sharp cheddar on apple pie.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Ice
Yeah.
cream.
Disgusting.
Vanilla
That
ice
is
cream.
savagery.
And
Calm
some
down,
fruit
everybody. I
and
didn't
some
say I'm
fruit
about
with
it. I'm just saying that's what it is.
It
It's
is a
supposed to
thing.
be the saltiness and the sweetness cutting into each other, basically.
I don't care. I want to double down the diabetes here. It's sugar and sugar, okay?
That just sounds horrible. Period. Like,
This is why there's waste in this country.
Have people really never heard of cheese on pie?
No.
Apparently not.
I've
never
heard about
it,
it, but I'll be
I've heard
damned if
about it
I'm
a
gonna
bunch of
try
times.
it.
Well, if you work at a pie place for
That's called
long
a
enough,
yeast infection.
eventually you see that.
I think it was more of an older generation thing because my uncle who passed a few years back, he liked it. He was like silent generation, early baby boom or something like that.
No, my grandpa's 10,000. He eats ice cream with his fucking pie.
I mean, working at Village Inn back in the day, that was something that we would see quite often, or often
Yeah.
enough anyway, was someone wanted cheese on their pie.
Blasphemy.
The only other weird thing would be whipped cream on sourdough and butter toast.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, whipped cream on pie. I mean, I could get on board with that.
whipped cream on
No,
sourdough. and
On
butter-
sourdough toast. Buttered
Huh.
sourdough toast.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Now, I would try that. It wouldn't be something I
Doesn't
would
sound
order and
kosher.
pay for.
Dude, there used to be this guy who came into
purple
Village
drink.
Inn back in the day who was so
Shut
fat
up, Furnace.
that he needed 2 chairs for his ass.
Yeah, there was a couple people like that.
Like, each cheek would take up an entire normal chair.
Yeah.
And he would sit down and he would order, if you remember what this is, an ultimate skillet with pancakes, right? Which is like 2 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 pieces of sausage, ham, onions, peppers, mushrooms, potatoes, everything on a, and then you get pancakes on the side. 3 whole fucking pancakes, right? It's like fucking probably 1,500 calories for breakfast if you eat the whole thing.
Jesus, put that guy down.
And he would eat the whole thing. And then he would sit there for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, reading the paper and drinking coffee. And then he would call you over and order a Diet Coke and a double bacon cheeseburger. So you would have breakfast and lunch in one sitting.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
And it was a bigger breakfast than most people eat. And it was a bigger lunch than most people eat.
I'm gonna hang out with that guy. He's gonna make me look sexy.
I mean, I guarantee you he's not around anymore. Like, Ozempic ain't got shit on him.
He's a worm buffet.
There used to be this lady who'd come in, and she was so fat that she had fucking like fat rolls all over her body, like a Shar-Pei, like one of those dogs that's just like full of wrinkles.
Yeah.
The thing is that when you're fat like that and you have wrinkles like that, there's wrinkles of skin that are behind your back and on places on your body that are either very difficult to reach and or if not impossible, right? So she would come in and she would sit down at a table and she smelled like poop. She smelled like poop. Like poop. I'm not even joking. It just smelled like a giant turd walked in and sat down at the table next. And people would get up from their table and they would move across the restaurant to the or they would quickly pay their bill or cancel their food and leave.
Did you come?
What's that? Here's
Now
something
his
about-
proudest.
hear what you said.
There's your yeast.
Good. Don't even re-say the joke. Just keep it that way. Don't even say that.
Well, unfortunately, this one has kind of a sad ending because one day while grossing everyone out and stuff, she started having chest pains. And by the time the ambulance got there, they needed a different vehicle than an ambulance.
Ooh.
You were there that day?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but I've seen some things, you know. There's one day that's fucking I'm taking this table's order, right? Like bacon and eggs, whatever for you, okay, cool, for you, and this lady's on the phone, and I'm just like get off the fucking phone and talk to me for a second, then you can get back on the phone. And she starts like uncontrollably fucking inconsolably bawling her eyes out because she just got the phone call that her mom had died.
Ugh.
So that was pretty fun. Recently, there was the guy who died in the bathroom of an overdose.
oh yeah, I remember.
You guys heard that story, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it was, you know. And there was the time that I worked in construction that the foreman died. That was
Yeah,
fucking terrible.
Jesus.
Yeah.
electrocuted.
You're killing
Right?
everybody, Honda. You master killer. You serial killer.
Yeah, that's what I do. Watch
Honda
people
is the
die in
wish
serial.
master.
Raisin Bran or Frosted Flakes?
Ooh,
I'm a Raisin Bran guy myself.
Raisin Bran's pretty good.
Yep.
Some
Brand.
blackberries
Flakes.
on top or something, you know, add a little bit of sweetness.
Raisins are grapes that have been dehydrated.
I like the way you
Very
think.
good, Sean.
I'm so proud of you.
He broke the code.
Man's
more
a
you
fucking
know.
genius.
Dude, Never Enough Ammo hates grapes
What?
or hates raisins
What?
because he's like
Oh yeah,
something about grapes have been sitting around too long and they mold and then they dry out and then you eat them.
Nah.
It's like, well, I mean, not if you dry them out properly; they don't mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They don't mold. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the videos coming out recently of like Doritos under a microscope and all the little bugs on them?
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
all our
crazy.
food. So
That's why I like to cook things myself because you know when it comes out of the oven, everything's dead.
but it's still on there. You know, it just did.
Fine, I'm eating fucking fried fucking bug corpses. You can't get away from that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all right.
As long as you're not like directly eating them, like by eating like shrimp or lobster or something. That's gross.
What? What's wrong with shrimp and lobster?
They're just
They're
giant bugs, dude.
They're related to
They're
cockroaches.
fucking tasty bugs.
Cockroaches are supposed to be good for you too.
Well, you
Yeah,
eat
they're
them and let me
bugs.
know.
I don't want to eat like okay, if I eat a potato and somewhere on the skin of the potato there's the remains of some like microscopic bugs that happen to get swept up in the potato making process, right? Okay, fine. You know, I'm eating some ketchup that's got a little bit of grasshopper that got ground up in the tomatoes. They got caught up in the tomato thing. Okay, fine. You can't get away from it. Shrimp? That's a goddamn sea cockroach. Lobster? That's like a fucking mutant fucking bug, dude. Think about how big a lobster is compared to like the bugs that live in your house or whatever, you know, or like live around your house. Hopefully not in your house. That would suck.
Fine.
They're giant. They got exoskeletons. They've got fucking those like bug eyes that fucking like look everywhere because they're fucking bugs, dude. Okay, during
They taste good.
Yeah,
COVID
dips and butter, they
lockdown.
taste awesome.
During COVID
Yeah.
lockdown, there were a lot of restaurants that were going like extra green for some reason, and at that same time, for whatever reason, there was like this like huge influx of cicadas that had come out of the ground because they only come out every like 14 years. This one fucking brand of cicadas or whatever, and they're crawling all over everything. And these restaurants were like, you know, that could be a good ingredient. So they started collecting cicadas off of the fucking side of the fucking road or the building or the tree or whatever the fuck it is, right? And they'd come in and they would fry them up and put them on salads or put them in fucking sandwiches or, you know, sprinkle them on top of things or whatever. These bug parts, literal bug parts they found on the side of the fucking road. And then they would serve them. And then they found out that people who were allergic to shellfish, like if you're allergic to shrimp, you should also not eat cicadas because cicadas are the same kingdom, phylum, class, order, genus, just a different species. So, yeah.
I don't know. I like crickets, I like dehydrated crickets. They're freaking delicious. Spiders aren't too bad. Scorpions are pretty darn good.
I mean, my family used to eat cicadas back in West Virginia.
Jesus.
They used to cook them up.
You shouldn't eat too many of these things anyway because of all the creatine in the system that you can't properly digest. It will poison you eventually as a human being.
I just like cows and chickens and shit, guys. Can we just calm down with the crickets
You're
and
just
stuff?
basic, being basic.
Roadkill
You know what's
Cafe,
funny?
man.
Yeah.
There's like all these companies that are trying to come up with like meat alternatives, you know, like, oh, like, you know, cows are murder, blah, blah, blah. So what we're going to do is we're going to use science and collect hemoglobin from grass somehow and use the hemoglobin to form protein and make the protein into some sort of edible paste-like substance that we're going to transform into a burger-like substance. And we're going to sell you these burgers. And they're you know, they're impossible. It's an impossible burger. And you look into it, and it turns out that they're taking grass and making it into meat, which is what a cow does, except for the meat that they make has forever chemicals and causes cancer. So, good job, science.
Yeah.
Seitan is the, I think it's just the protein inside of the wheat or the grain. You just strip it and make that into a fake meat. Which
And
I
thing
guess
is, it would be great for you if you had 4 stomachs like a cow, and you was able to process it like they do. Then it might be good for you.
Wasn't it a couple
Yeah.
years back that
Some of the fattest people I know are vegans.
That's
They
true, too.
substitute meat for fucking sugars.
gross.
I think it was a couple of years back. There was a story article that I read about a food processing thing that they'd come up with in Japan, where they take sewer waste, right? And in that sewer waste, there's a certain amount of undigested protein that is just floating in the shit water, right? And they take that shit water and they process it and they extract protein from the shit water, undigested protein, and then take that undigested protein and reprocess it into some sort of meat-like substance that they can serve to people.
No, that does
Farming
not sound good.
Wait, hey, but think about this. This is probably what they're all going to be eating on Mars.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
True.
True. Yeah. We're gonna have those suits that they have in Dune, so we can just pee and it recycles our pee and our sweat.
Yeah.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense than eating my
I mean-
neighbor's fucking undigested protein.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking awful. Do you eat squid, Honda? I don't know. What are squid related to? I guess it is
Aliens.
squid.
The aliens, yeah. They're cephalopods, aren't they? Octopus.
I don't know, man. They
what
like
else?
they are sea daddy long legs. That's what they are.
Well, they've never
Baby
actually
long.
determined truthfully where they come from because it's not an Earth creature.
I always wanted to be a cuddle boner.
What
And,
about
I
snails?
don't
Are
really like
snails the same thing as fucking
snails.
squids?
Also, I was wrong. It wasn't creatine. It was chitin. CHITIN. Is the exoskeleton
Chitin.
pieces of insects that can't be digested by humans.
Shitting.
Chitin.
I
Yeah,
didn't
'cause we're
like
not supposed to
squid.
eat fucking bugs, dude.
I don't like squid raw. It's gross, but I can get down with some other raw food.
There's a reason why, like, human beings just have a natural aversion to bugs. Like, a bug crawls on a kid, freaks the fuck out, dude. Because it's like, somewhere along the way, there was, like, some monkey that didn't freak out when a bug crawled on it, and then the bug bit him and he died, and he didn't make monkeys again. So we're the descendants of the monkeys that freaked out about bugs.
Okay, what about on your drinks? Do you guys like a little bit of that?
No
The,
worm, no
like,
mealworm.
The worms, yeah, that are crusted up and they
No.
coat your spicy margarita or your
Tequila.
spicy mule. Yeah.
No,
No.
Yeah. No
I'm good.
worm castings. No
No.
worm poop bodies. Okay.
Does
Just
that turn
curious.
you on? Because you sound like you're
It-
getting excited about it.
Because you're on a spicy mule right
Good
now.
one.
Yeah. I have a bag of it. I used
Y'all
to go
guys
liquor
like a
store.
worm? I know I like a
Some worms
worm.
with me, baby.
I don't know why you would intentionally put that shit in there. That seems to me like, oh man, we're gonna starve if we don't drink this worm water. So we have to drink the worm. Oh, it's
Ew.
not terrible, I guess. The worm water is not terrible. And then
No, it's
somewhere
like-
along the way,
No.
someone was like, you know what? I really like the worm water. And then some other people were like, oh, that's so progressive. And then everyone's drinking fucking worm water because of fucking retardism.
Probably the same thing like the first person who ate a oyster. Just starving is like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat this piece of snot.
Bro, or cheese.
Oh,
Like they had
Jesus.
milk,
Reminds me of Sarah.
which is already weird enough, right? You gotta like
Right.
fucking capture a cow and fucking squeeze its titties and drink the fucking juice that comes out. Like,
That was from
okay,
a-
that's fucking weird.
That
But
was
you
a
get
different
used to that, I
discovery.
guess. But eventually they were like, oh man, we've got too much of this cow titty juice milk and we don't know what to do with it. And then it sat out overnight, but then we were hungry, so we ate it anyway. This solid fucking weird substance that came from the cow's titties. And then
Just
sat
cut
there
the
too long.
mold off of it, the outside, and just eat it.
But the thing is, I fucking love cheese. So
Hey,
I
but
can
there's
sit there and eat cheese.
still people like, who's the first person that to eat the maggot cheese? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that's disgusting looking.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit where it's
Yeah.
like moving and wriggling and stuff. Like,
yeah.
what are you guys, fucking Klingons?
Ugh.
Listen here, you was just all getting excited about worms in your booze. Don't be acting like you don't like maggot cheese.
I don't like maggot cheese. I don't like cheese at all. Blue cheese.
Somebody
is the only
said
cheese
that this is
acceptable.
still good and ate it though. Somebody did that.
It's fair.
The first person was, it's still good.
What are those flies that like lay their fucking eggs inside of your skin?
Bot
And
Bot
like,
fly.
fucking-
Flies. Yeah.
the bot fly. Then the larva hatches and it like sticks a little snorkel out every now and again so it can breathe and shit. And then eventually it like fucking hatches and flies out of you.
See, larvae are supposed to be really buttery and tasty, like nuts.
Jeez, you and worms.
I'll never know.
larvae.
You can have all my bot flies.
Yeah. I'll
I
line
didn't
you
like-
up first.
I didn't care for ant larvae. I thought it was kind of gross.
But what about ants?
I haven't eaten ants.
I feel like the black ants taste like Sharpies smell.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
It was very terrible.
Oh my
I'll
god.
give you that one.
Honda, a statement and a question.
Go on.
Statement. Have you heard of the bar or saloon in Alaska that has a dude who died from frostbite's toe in the bottle? And people still today take shots from that bottle?
Yes, I've heard of that.
And question, if you love cheese, are you waiting for the sourdough women to make breast milk cheese so you can try it?
I don't know about breast milk cheese, man. Because like the thing is about human beings is we're kind of nasty, you know? And I don't know whose breast that milk came from. So I don't know what they ate to make that fucking milk, you know? Like what was in their diet when they were they doing drugs? Were they fucking eating fucking disgusting things that are like bad for you that are gonna have like biocondensation that ends up in the milk fat of that milk that ends up condensed into the cheese, so when I eat it it's like super fucking cheese cancer?
Oh,
I don't know.
you're
Maybe.
getting me going on that.
Yeah, but I did hear about people taking shots with the dead toe in it. I mean, but
You
at
gotta
this
pick the
point,
gal.
Did you hear about the guy who had his leg amputated and served it as taco meat for his friends?
What?
Yep.
Oh my
Say the first part again.
A guy had his leg amputated and he was able to serve it in tacos.
No.
That's fucked up. Do people know?
I believe he told them first and they were down for it, so that's some friends to the end there.
I mean, if you got an extra body part, you're gonna cook it up anyway. You might as well offer.
Do you like
Yeah,
cook the
that's
whole
just
thing
right.
together, or do you like grind it up, or like how do you prepare a leg?
You got
Yeah.
me, brother. I'll send the link to it.
It's got a recipe and all.
Oh, I got the recipe. Okay, cool.
Dude, a while
No,
back
no.
there were these the cartels who were operating out of Los Angeles, right? And like the cartel would have another cartel that was a different cartel next to them that they were fighting with, and they would like murder a cartel member, right? And they wouldn't know what to do with the body, or they would know what to do with the body actually, because they would turn it into tamales. So they'd make a fucking big ass batch of tamales and just put the human meat in the tamales and then give them out for free on the streets of Los Angeles. So there was a point where if you received a free tamale on the streets of Los Angeles, what you probably ate was John. That's pretty fucked up.
My
They got
God.
caught for that. I think they got caught for that because someone found like a fingernail or something, or like part of a finger inside of their fucking tamale when they bit into it.
How do you not pull the fingernails before you make
I don't know,
it
man. They got a lot of
properly?
meat to process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole ass body. Sometimes a finger makes it in.
There you go, Honda. I put the link in the
Unprofessional.
chat.
Where'd you put it?
The regular chat, not the back chat. Sorry.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I hate how StreamYard is. It doesn't let me just click on that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how to get it. So I'm on
If you
my
put it in the
iPad.
private chat, it will let me click on it there.
I'll see what I can do.
In the private chat. Give me the papers.
Hail Hydra.
It's funny how Red Skull was
I got you.
like a Nazi. Comics used to be good. I don't know. They kind of suck now.
Yep.
I don't know. I was rewatching what was it? Kenobi, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, I forget what happened. I just wanted to watch like the last episode so I can see how it all ended or whatever. And it was the most poorly written DI fucking
Yes.
bullshit story about like lesbian black fucking Sith that have a heart of gold, and you know what I mean? Like, God fucking damn it, dude. Just made me hate fucking Star Wars all over again.
Inquisitor, she was. An Inquisitor.
But she
Reva.
fought against Darth Vader to save Princess Leia when she was a little girl. Isn't she virtuous?
Reva. So brave.
Well, thanks, Dick. I'm never eating tamales again. Just don't eat the free tamales. You'll be all right.
No more shrimp, no more lobster, no more tamales.
I mean, if you're going strictly no bugs, no more Doritos, no more ketchup.
I don't know if I want to live here anymore. This is getting terrible.
No more anything.
Straight to Mars with you.
The only thing I want to eat ever is cow. I just want fucking steak. I want red meat. I want hamburgers. I want fucking steak again. Like
Roast.
yeah, if I'm gonna have ribs, I'd rather have beef ribs than pork ribs.
What? No way. Pork ribs are way better.
Because
It
it
is.
makes you feel like you're a Flintstone and you're eating a dinosaur because they're so big.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Cows for the win, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You eat your steak with ketchup.
They are damn good. Kangaroos are pretty good too.
I've never had roux. Is roux good? What does it taste like?
It's just like a little bit more rich, like sweetness. Not quite as much of it as an ostrich, but just a little bit more sweet and a little bit more rich. Like how do I say it?
I've never had ostrich either.
We had this
Oh,
chef
man.
at Google. He did kangaroo balls,
Yeah.
and he put the sign for the white sauce that he made. It was down under sauce, and so many people got
I'm
offended.
sorry, but kangaroo is just like eating another human.
No, it's like a rabbit.
No.
You're good.
No,
A horse.
it's like eating a human.
No.
No.
Yes, it's a furry
It's-
human with a tail.
It's a
And boxing gloves.
Yeah.
It
So, like-
it was really good. It was really good.
Well, again, I was like, "What does it taste like?" You're like, "Oh, ostrich, sweeter."
It's a little sweeter and
Bro,
it's a
you're
little
not
more
helping.
dense.
I don't know what an ostrich tastes like. Is it like a big chicken?
It's not as dense as like liver, but it's real like dense. It's chalky almost, but it's got some sweetness to it. It's just really nice. It's like I only had the steak. I never had like ground kangaroo. But
It's just like eating bush meat.
Isn't it weird that like when wolves or like big cats catch a kill, one of the first things that they go for is the liver? They like fight over it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because usually the leads get the heart and the organs.
When's the last time you had a liver?
Black bear. That sounds good.
Last deer season.
I had liver and onions a couple
I
weeks
had
ago.
liver once, and it was fucking horrible.
Liver and onions is okay, but you got to like, in my experience, you got to add enough salt to it, and you got to cook the fuck out of that liver till it's like crispy,
Oh, it's well done.
and then it's pretty good. But you can't just have liver.
So irony tasting.
Yeah, you can't have a medium rare liver.
Yeah, you need like extra well done liver. And then it's actually pretty good, man. I'll eat the shit out of that.
You
You
just
ever had
fry it.
Brunswager? You know what that is?
Yeah.
Sausage with liver.
Yeah, it's like chicken liver sausage.
I think so,
Yeah.
actually.
Not too bad.
They stink.
You kind of like spread it on the
You
bread like
spread
peanut
it.
butter, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you all right? Like, you all right?
All this
Yeah.
weird shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah. I got a steak waiting for me to cook. I have 3 minutes before I get off here to go eat. I'm dying.
Like, do you guys
Talking
want to
about
eat
food.
anything normal? No, fuck that. Give me the weird shit.
What are you making? Some fucking kangaroo liver?
No, I got some tri-tip. It's been marinating for the last couple hours. Just out at room temperature, so it can rot a little. Pretty tasty. It's got
It's
a
like
bourbon
You have a euphoric experience with food.
bourbon sauce on it. It's gonna be pretty good. Lime, bourbon, and jalapeno all chopped up with some oil and some little bit of vinegar, and it should be pretty decent.
You're gonna have
Put
to
holes
calm
in it.
down. You're kind of giving me a boner.
Right.
I
We're
think
looking
that
into, like-
answers that 8-ball question, Leo.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the question? Is Tactical
Well,
Muffin Top
well, we're talking
secretly
about
in the closet?
Yeah. He said he was getting a boner from that dude, so.
Your friend's trying to fuck his
Yeah.
food right now.
The answer is decidedly yes.
No.
Just kidding. I don't have the 8-ball. What does it say, Leo?
Doing it right now. What it says.
Signs point to yes.
Who just shit themselves?
This
Did you
might
hear
be
the fart?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Yeah. I did just hear a fart.
What was
Sometimes
the
a good
result,
fart is the best
Leo?
comedy you can do.
Yeah, it said concentrate and ask again. Muffin Top broke my damn 8-ball. Jesus. Concentrate.
That shit
and
was
ask.
I
already
think
broken.
you know the answer.
That's 3 in a row.
Fuck food.
That's 3 in a row. Ask again. Muffin Top, you broke the 8-ball.
He's so far in the closet, even the fucking 8-ball won't tell him.
Hey guys, that means I'm playing my part well.
8-ball won't touch it.
All right. 8-ball won't even touch it. Yeah.
All
That
right.
means I'm
Well, on that
super
note,
I'll touch it.
what's up?
So I'll touch it.
Oh my god! I want some of that tri-tip this boy's marinating. I'm coming over.
Well,
Be
I'm
careful.
in
He'll
Salem.
molest
So.
you.
Hey, you gotta get me drunk, and I'm pretty sober, so we're good.
Oh my god! I'll bring you some mealworm booze.
That is going downhill. How to do something quick.
Help.
It's not rape if they're willing.
Oh Lord.
Jesus.
If they're willing, it's not fun.
Oh my god.
Wow.
The chat's going dark.
And
Either
it's
we're-
gone.
Either we're going to fuck
Oh my god.
or I'm going to fuck.
Oh.
All right, guys.
Scared.
Well, this has been interesting, and I'm going to go ahead and end it here before I end up with another YouTube strike. But until next time, deuces y'all shall not be infringed. Trooper to shop at an pressure, bad to cath care, prick the troops, and 2 words made
Muffins
in America.
gay.
We'll see you next time.
The 8-ball has not proved it.
There's-
I want to talk to you, motherfucker. Call me. Call me. Call me.